Hi ladies, it's Elise here with an update on my IVF cycle and how the stimulation meds are going. So where we left off was that I had started the stim meds on Thursday and I was going to be on them for 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then my first observation appointment, I guess, or my first ultrasound and blood draw was going to be on Monday. So my appointment on Monday, I was really nervous because you guys might remember that I did have that cyst. I had read that when you're on the stim meds, you can actually aggravate your cyst and it can get worse, so you have to cancel your cycle and stop the stim meds and take care of the cyst before you can move on. So I was really nervous about that happening. But luckily that did not happen. On Monday when we went in there, he showed me all my little follicles. My husband Brian came with me to this ultrasound, and it was really easy, very low key. I just sat there and got my blood drawn. Luckily, my clinic, they take your blood right there in the office, and then you go into the ultrasound room and you have your ultrasound right in quick succession. So he said that everything was looking great. All of my follicles, remember they started off at a 2 and they were all ranging between 8 and 11. So that was after 4 and I guess 4.5 days, because Monday morning we'd also taken a dose of the Gonal F. And so after 4.5 days, they were already doing really well. So, and he said that the cyst looked fine. It didn't look any bigger. And that was such a relief. Me and Brian were really concerned because nobody wants to have to start over and wait through the whole healing of the cyst and all of that. So I'm glad that the cyst is behaving itself and the stimulation meds were working. So the next appointment that I have is going to be on Wednesday, which is tomorrow now. And he, while we were at the ultrasound appointment, he said that my right side, it looked like we had about 11 or 12 follicles, and they were all doing really well. But my left side, I guess, was being a little lazy and not growing as well, because they were all a little bit smaller on the small side, he said. So he said, the way my meds were working is that on Thursday they were really high and then they tapered down over the weekend. And so on Monday at the appointment, he wanted me to give them that one last boost. And so we upped my meds again just for Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, he said, before I come into my appointment, I'm going to have another shot of the Gonal F, probably my last one. And then I'm going to start including the Cetrotide, and that is the medicine that's going to try to prevent me from ovulating, I believe. So, he called it the antagonist protocol, I believe. And so he wants me to start that tomorrow morning. In addition to, I think, one more dose. Oh no, I'm also finished with the Manipure too. So my evening shots are also done as of today. So far, when I go in tomorrow, he said that as of Wednesday, we'll know a lot more information about where we're going to go from here. But he said that so far, according to the Monday ultrasound, that we are good to go for the retrieval next Monday. So that's crazy that it's going to be happening so quickly. I feel like we have waited so long for this because we have been trying to conceive for 3 years, and then we had to wait for somewhere around 9 months to save up the money for even going through IVF. And once we had the money, it happened so fast. Everything has happened so quickly. So I'm really excited for the ultrasound Wednesday. I really hope that my left ovary has caught up with my right ovary, and then we have a lot of good follicles growing and getting into the right range. And another thing the doctor mentioned was that the clinic, the pharmacy actually had originally not sent us Lupron, which was going to be my trigger shot, or could be my trigger shot. They also sent me Novarel, which also could be used as a trigger shot. And so, but they didn't send me the Lupron because they said that Lupron has to be used within 2 weeks of mixing. So, you guys might remember that from my last video. So I haven't ordered it because my doctor told me not to. And on Wednesday, he said on Monday he said that it looked like we'll probably just use the Novarel to as a trigger shot, which made me happy. I don't know if that means we get our money back for the Lupron, but either way, it's paid for. So if we don't have to use it, then I'm fine with that. So he said that we'll know a lot more on the Wednesday scan, which is tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. He'll know whether we're going to up meds, or if I'm going to continue to take Menopur, or what's going on for the next, I guess, 6 days. Yeah, 5 or 6 days. So that's actually going to happen. So it's going really well. Symptoms. So that first day, I was not really experiencing any symptoms, but of course, it's the first day. It's barely in your system, I would assume. But after 4 days, by Monday, I was starting to feel puffy. I'm already plus size, so I don't think that I'm feeling as swollen as maybe a thin woman would as she was going through IVF, because, you know, all my clothes are already built for making a little extra room. So but then I did try to wear jeans on Tuesday for the first time since I had started the trigger shots, and that's where I felt the difference, really. I was going from wearing dresses and loose skirts to going to wear a pair of jeans all day, and by the end of the day, I was very, very uncomfortable. They weren't tight necessarily. They were just hitting me right where I get my shots, like right underneath my belly button. And so that was, the rubbing was the worst part of wearing the jeans. So I decided that would be my last day wearing my jeans during this IVF process. Not necessarily because they don't fit, but because they are just chafing a little bit too much. Speaking of chafing, my belly, I don't really have bruises. I have been really lucky not to have any bruises on my abdomen or anything. I do have what I was calling them little red freckles because those are from the injection sites, but it's just my stomach is scattered in little tiny red freckles now. But it's not sensitive to the touch, really. It's just with the jeans it was too much. With dresses and skirts, it's fine. I can touch it and yeah, I can just touch it and it's fine. But when it comes to wearing jeans, that will not be happening anymore. But other symptoms, I have had low-grade nausea. That's what I told the doctor on Monday. Nothing I can't handle, nothing that even gives me food aversions or anything. It's really just very low-grade nausea, but it has been ever since about Friday after the meds. So about a full 2 days on the meds, and I had started feeling just a low-grade kind of just general queasiness. And just yesterday and today, so Monday and Tuesday, it was, I've started to really feel heaviness, which I hear is common with taking the IVF meds. You know, your just ovaries are just getting big, and so it's just heavy. And when I walk, I feel kind of like I feel it. I feel them moving, but not painful, just slight discomfort. And I have had very random bouts of just cramps, not like sharp, painful cramps, just dull, achy cramps, and just tiredness, just general exhaustion has been there. But other than that, I think I'm feeling pretty great. The exhaustion could be the meds, but it also could be because I've completely, almost totally cut out caffeine. I just have the 1 cup of half-calf coffee in the morning just to get me going, and then after that I don't have any. So that could be it too, because I was a 2 cup of coffee and maybe a Coke at night kind of person. I've also cut out all soda, so really that kind of sugar is just gone. So my body doesn't know what to do with that yet, I think. But that's it for symptoms and where we are. We are going to, again, have our appointment tomorrow. We'll know so much more, and then hopefully I will get another update, hopefully tomorrow night, but I don't know. Maybe it might be Thursday. It depends on how tired I am, really, because that's why this one didn't come up as quickly as it probably should have. But I did want to show you guys one thing that I've kept forgetting to show you through all these last few videos. IVF is scary. IVF is expensive, but IVF is draining. But really, the biggest thing is that IVF is scary. And I needed something like a talisman, if you will. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but I needed a symbol to remind myself to be brave. So actually, right before I started my stim meds, I bought this bracelet. I don't know if you guys can see. It says, "Be brave." And it's just a little cuff that I've been wearing every single day. And just to remind myself to be brave, because in the end, this will be worth it. So, be brave, I think, is a good message for all of us who are trying to conceive. You know, be willing to take the chances, and trying is better than not trying. So, that's my message for this video. It's getting a little long, but I just wanted to remind you ladies to be brave, because I have to tell myself that every day, which is why I got a bracelet. So I'll be talking to you ladies. Thanks for watching. Bye.